Hello students. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is metals and non-metals, we were talking about the chemical properties. Chemical property is what, student? It is the reaction that we used to see with that of the metals and non-metals. Reaction of oxygen, reaction of acids, reaction of water, how these metals and non-metals react with them, and what kind of substances are formed due to these reactions. So we have started with the reaction of oxygen with the metals as well as non-metals. So when we talk about the reaction of the metals with oxygen, at that time we have seen that when the oxygen react with the metal, then there is a formation of a metal oxide, and this metal oxide, when it react with water, it will form metal hydroxide. So this is how the metal forms the hydroxide with the help of the metal oxide. Now this metal hydroxide is what? It is basic in nature. So basically we can say it is a base, and we can test it with the help of a litmus paper, that when we, if suppose we add the blue litmus paper, it will turn red. And if for testing that of the base, if we will put the red litmus paper in that of the metal hydroxide, it will turns blue. So basically what we will find here, that since it is basic in nature, that's why it turns the red litmus paper to blue, students. So we have seen that what happened, that every metal, they used to react with oxygen at a different temperature. Suppose if we talk about the sodium, so we have seen sodium is what? It is highly reactive, so it will react with the oxygen to form sodium oxide at a room temperature only. And this sodium oxide, it when react with the water, there is a formation of a base that is called as a sodium hydroxide. Now sodium is a very highly reactive metal, so because of that we used to keep it in a kerosene oil. And the reason for keeping it in the kerosene oil, since what happened, if it is kept open, then it will react with the oxygen and catches fire. So to prevent this, we used to keep it in the kerosene oil. If we talk about the calcium, so calcium needs little bit of a temperature, so we used to provide heat to it in order to react with oxygen to form calcium oxide. Magnesium, we burn it. You know that the magnesium is magnesium ribbon burn with the dazzling flame. So when we burn it in the presence of the oxygen, it used to react with it it produces dazzling flame, and finally magnesium oxide is formed. This magnesium oxide reacts with water to form magnesium hydroxide. What about copper, students? So we have seen in case of a copper is the least reactive, so they need a very high temperature in order to form the copper oxide. So this is how we have seen that actually the metals, they are generally they forms the oxide, but the formation of the oxide occur in the metals at a different temperature. Some of them are more reactive, so they can form the oxide even at the room temperature, while some of them are least reactive, so they need more heat, they need more temperature in order to get converted into the oxide. While in case of a non-metal forms oxide, but it will always react with oxygen in the presence of the heat. Means we used to burn it and then the production of a oxide occur. Like if we talk about sulfur, so we have seen there that the sulfur, it react with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. So SO2 is formed here. Now this SO2, students, this is what? Sulfur dioxide. Now this sulfur dioxide, that is SO2, it react with the water, and there is a formation of an acid that is called as sulfurous acid, H2SO3, sulfurous acid. So we can say that when a non-metal react with the oxygen, then the oxide which is formed, it is acidic in nature. And how we will confirm this? That when it react with the water, then there is a formation of a acid, sulfurous acid, and we can test it, this substance, whether it is acidic or not, by keeping the blue litmus paper in it. Then blue litmus will turns to red, which proves that it is acidic in nature or it is an acid. Other example, students, that we can take for the non-metals, that whether they will react with the oxygen or not, that is carbon. So let us see that what happened when carbon react with it. So carbon reacts with oxygen. Carbon is what? It is a non-metal. So it will react with the oxygen to form carbon dioxide. To form carbon dioxide. It will form carbon dioxide gas. Now this carbon dioxide reacts with water to form carbonic acid. To form carbonic acid. So this carbon reacts with O2 to form carbon dioxide gas. Okay, this is what? Carbon dioxide gas. This is carbon, and you know that it is oxygen. Now this carbon dioxide, CO2, react with water to form H2CO3, which is a carbonic acid. H2CO3, which is a carbonic acid. So this one is also what, student? This is an acid, and again we can test it with the help of a litmus test, and we will find that yes, it is a acid. So this is how the non-metals, they used to react with the oxygen. Okay, react with oxygen to form the acid. So we have seen that the metals react with the oxygen to form base, and non-metals, they forms the oxide, that is a acidic in nature. Moving on, and we will see here the another kind of a reaction. So that reaction is the reaction with the water. So we have seen the reaction with oxygen. Now let us try to understand the reaction with the water. So reaction of metals with reaction of metals with water. So here the metal react with the water to form the metal hydroxide. So metals reacts with water, to form metal hydroxide. To form metal hydroxide or metal oxides, to release hydrogen gas. To release hydrogen gas. So the metal, it reacts with the water to form the metal hydroxide and metal oxide, or metal oxide to form to release the hydroxide. So let me write you that what basically the common reaction for every metal. So when the metal react with the water, there is a formation of a metal hydroxide plus hydrogen. Metal hydroxide plus hydrogen is released, students. Okay. So, metal hydroxide react with the metal water react with the water and form the metal hydroxide, students. Now, we can say here another kind of a reaction also happens when the metal react with the water, again like we have seen in case of oxygen, it form metal oxide. Here also some of the metal forms the metal oxide plus hydrogen. Okay, so metal react with the water to form metal hydroxide and hydrogen is released, and here the metal also react with the water to form metal oxide. It means we can say that metal react with the water to form either metal hydroxide or metal oxide and release hydrogen gas. This is the common reaction for the metals to react with the water. Now the different metals react with the water at a different under different conditions. Okay, some of the metals again they are quite reactive with water, while some of the metals they form the metal oxide to release hydrogen gas. Now we will see here that the how reaction take place, students. I told you that some metals are there, they react vigorously with that of the water, means they are quite reactive, and some of them are there, they need a temperature, it means they are less reactive, so they do not react water as it is. Okay, it means they react with the hot water. Hot water is what, student? Hot water or steam is actually providing the sufficient temperature for it to react. Okay, so we can write it here that different metals react with the water under different condition. So some of the reaction are, first one, sodium. So sodium are quite reactive. So we can say that sodium reacts vigorously with the water. With what, student? Even it can react with the cold water. So vigorously with the cold water. It will react vigorously with the cold water to form sodium hydroxide and hydrogen is released. So it forms sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas is released. So the reaction will be, that is, sodium, this Na, react with the water to form NaOH plus H2 is released. Okay, so here this is what? This is sodium react with the water to form sodium hydroxide, 2NaOH. Okay, there will be 2H2. Okay, so when it reacts with the water, there is a formation of a sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas is released. Now a lot of heat will be released along with this reaction. So we can say that this reaction is quite very exothermic. Exothermic is what, student? Do not get confused with this word. It means it releases a lot of a heat. So this reaction produces a lot of a heat. So this reaction, we can write it here that this sodium and potassium reaction produces a lot of heat, students. Okay. This reaction produces a lot of heat. It produces a lot of heat. A large amount of heat is released through this reaction. If we see the next kind of a reaction, student, and that is the reaction with the magnesium. So reaction with the magnesium. So magnesium reacts slowly. Magnesium reacts slowly with the hot water, to form magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. And hydrogen gas is released. So here magnesium, that is Mg, react with water to form magnesium hydroxide plus H2 is released. Okay, H2 is released here, students. So let me write it. Here it is magnesium. This is water. This is magnesium hydroxide, and finally hydrogen gas is released. Okay, so this is the all reaction, this is the reaction which happens with the magnesium and how the magnesium get converted to magnesium hydroxide. Moving on, and we will see zinc. So zinc is what? Here, let me tell you the difference that we have seen in case of the sodium and the magnesium. Magnesium, you can see the sodium can react with water even when the water is cold. It means it do not need a temperature to react. So that is why I said that sodium can react even with the cold water to form the sodium hydroxide. While magnesium, you see that it reacts slowly. So for that we have to give it hot water. So when we write here water, actually instead of that we can write it here, it need hot water. This water will provide a sufficient temperature so that the reaction can take place and formation of the hydroxide can occur. What happened in case of a zinc? Zinc is quite least reactive among all these. So it will react even slowly than that of magnesium. So instead of using hot water, we will make the zinc to react with steam. So it cannot react with the cold water, it cannot react with the hot water, but it can react with the steam, student. So let us see the reaction of the zinc with steam. That is what happened when zinc react with water. So zinc reacts slowly. Zinc react slowly with steam. With form zinc oxide, and hydrogen gas, to form zinc oxide and hydrogen gas. Okay, so here zinc will react with the steam. The formula of the steam will be same, students, that is what, that is H2O. Do not get confused with it. Okay, so this is a zinc. It will form zinc oxide, that is ZNO, instead of forming the oxide. We know that the metal reacts with the water to form hydroxide as well as oxide. So zinc will form zinc oxide and hydrogen gas is released. So this is a zinc oxide. Okay, so there will be no need of balancing it. It is already balanced. So zinc oxide and hydrogen gas is released. And hydrogen gas is released. What about the metal like copper, gold, silver? They do not react with water. They do not react with the water under any condition. Under any condition. So what we have seen here in the reaction, students, so the first reaction that we have seen, that reaction of the metals with the water. So when the metals, they react with the water, like those who are reactive metal like sodium is there. So sodium reacts with the cold water. It means they do not need a sufficient amount of a temperature in order to react with the water. So they react with the water vigorously, and finally the formation of a sodium hydroxide occurs. If we talk about magnesium, so magnesium do not react with the cold water, but it need a little bit of a temperature in order to complete the reaction. So we use a hot water for it. So it will react with the water, with hot water we can say, and finally this magnesium hydroxide is formed. Zinc is quite less reactive or least reactive. So it will react slowly, and it will react with the steam to form zinc oxide and hydrogen gas is released. While the other metal like that of a gold is there, silver is there, copper is there, they are unreactive towards the water. It means they do not react with water under any kind of a condition. So this is the reaction of the metals with the water. Now let us see the reaction of the non-metal with the water. So we can see here that non-metals, reaction of non-metals with the water. Non-metals with the water. So here you will find that non-metals generally do not react with the water at all. Okay, so non-metals generally do not react with the water. It do not react with the water. Like if we talk about the phosphorus. So when phosphorus is exposed or burned with the air, it will catches fire very easily. But if we try to make it to react with the water, it does not show any reaction with the water. So phosphorus catches fire it catches fire if exposed to air. If it is exposed to air, but does not react with water. So basically the non-metals, they do not react with the water here, students. Okay, they does not react with the water. Now this is the reaction that we have seen. Metals, what will happen when they react with the water. Now let us see that what kind of a reaction will be shown by the metal and non-metal when they react with the acids. So reaction of metals with the acids. Reaction of metals with acids. So most of the metals, they react with the acid in order to form the salt and hydrogen gas. So most of the metals reacts with acids to form salt and hydrogen gas. Okay, most of the metals react with acid to form salt and hydrogen gas. Now we can write it here that metals reacting with the acid to form salt plus hydrogen. Reacting with the acid to form salt and hydrogen gas. So before we go, try to understand that what is a salt. So what is a salt? When the metal, it displaces the hydrogen from that of the acid, the compound which is formed is a salt. So we can write here the definition that salts are the compound these are the compounds formed when a metal replaces hydrogen gas replaces hydrogen students, not hydrogen gas, but yeah, replaces hydrogen in an acid. Now different acids, different metals, they react to form the different types of the salt. Okay, so different salts and metals reacts to form different salts. So different acid. It will be different acids and metals, they react to form the different salt. So we can see here, students, that the metal, when it reacts with an acid, then it will form a salt. And how this salt is formed? The salt is formed since the metal, it removes the hydrogen from the acid, and thus the compound which is formed by removing the hydrogen, that is the salt. So we can say that how this salt is formed. It is because of the removal of the hydrogen from acid. Okay, so this is the reaction of metals with acid.